In the medieval world, power was usually measured in armies. Kings ruled because they commanded thousands of soldiers, massive fortresses, and vast territories. Wars were fought with giant battles, siege engines, and armies clashing across open fields. But hidden high in the mountains of the Middle East, a secretive brotherhood developed a completely different way of influencing the world. They did not command massive armies. They did not conquer lands with long campaigns. Instead, they used something far more precise and terrifying. They removed individuals. This secret network would become known in history as the Order of Assassins. Their philosophy was simple but revolutionary. In most kingdoms, power was concentrated in the hands of a few people. A king, a general, or a governor could control entire armies and shape the fate of thousands. If that single person disappeared, the entire system could collapse. Instead of fighting wars against entire nations, the assassins focused on carefully chosen targets. A ruler, a military commander, or a powerful political figure could suddenly become the center of a carefully planned mission. The goal was not chaos. The goal was precision. Before any operation began, the first step was always information. Members of the network gathered intelligence about the political situation in different regions. They studied alliances, rivalries, and conflicts between rulers. They wanted to understand who truly held power. Once a potential target was identified, the real preparation began. Unlike soldiers on a battlefield, assassins relied on patience. Missions were rarely rushed. Sometimes an agent would spend months, or even years, studying a target before taking action. Observation became one of the most important skills in their training. Agents learned to blend into cities without attracting attention. They could disguise themselves as merchants, travelers, servants, or aid guards. In busy markets and crowded streets, a trained observer could watch everything while appearing completely ordinary. Daily routines were carefully studied. When did the target leave their residence? Which routes did they take through the city? Where were guards positioned? Which events brought the target into public spaces? Every single detail mattered. While armies relied on strength and speed, assassins relied on training and precise timing. Once enough information had been gathered, the next stage involved infiltration. The agent would position themselves as close as possible to the target's daily environment. Sometimes this meant working inside a palace or military camp. Sometimes it meant living quietly in the same city for months. During this phase, patience and discipline was critical. Acting too soon could expose the mission and ruin months of preparation. The strike itself was usually simple. Assassins preferred weapons that were small, silent, and easy to conceal. A dagger was often used because it allowed a quick and direct attack at close range. The purpose was not spectacle. The purpose was certainty. In many cases, attacks occurred in public spaces where the target felt space. During ceremonies, gatherings, or moments when security was relaxed, speed was essential. A single moment could decide whether the mission failed or succeeded. After the strike, escape was not always the priority. Many historical accounts describe assassins who fully expected they might not survive the mission. Loyalty to the order and dedication to the objective were considered more important than personal survival. Their willingness to sacrifice themselves created a powerful reputation. Rulers across the medieval world began to fear the assassins. Stories spread quickly. Some believed these agents could infiltrate even the most heavily guarded cities. Others believed they could appear without warning in places of fortresses. Whether these stories were always true did not matter. Fear itself became a weapon. If a ruler believed they might be targeted, they might change their political decisions and strengthen their alliances, or avoid conflicts that could provoke the assassins. In this way, the Brotherhood sometimes influenced events without even launching an attack. Their reputation became one of their greatest strengths. The network itself operated from hidden strongholds, located in remote mountainous regions. These fortresses served as centers for planning, training, and communication. The most famous of these strongholds stood high in the mountains and was extremely difficult to reach. From these locations, members of the Brotherhood trained in discipline, secrecy, and observation. Training focused on mental control as much as physical ability. Members learned to remain calm in dangerous situations, to move quietly, and to remain unnoticed in crowded environments. The Brotherhood never tried to match the size of the great empires around them. Their power came from strategy rather than numbers. For centuries, the assassins operated within a world dominated by powerful empires and rival kingdoms. Yet their influence extended far beyond what their small numbers might suggest. Eventually, however, even the most hidden fortresses could not remain safe forever. During the expansion of the Mongol Empire in the 13th century, massive armies swept across Asia and the Middle East. These armies relied on overwhelming military power and advanced siege warfare. When Mongol forces turned their attention towards the mountain strongholds associated with the assassins, the balance of power shifted dramatically. Several of these fortresses were eventually captured during the Mongol invasions. With the fall of these strongholds, the organized network of medieval assassins gradually declined. But their legacy did not disappear. The very word assassin entered many languages and became associated with targeted killings and covert missions. Even today, centuries later, the story of this mysterious brotherhood continues to fascinate historians. Their methods demonstrated a powerful idea that information, patience, and precision can sometimes influence history more than armies or lords. In a world dominated by kings and empires, a small group operating from hidden fortresses managed to create a reputation powerful enough to make rulers tremble. And that is why the legend of the medieval assassins continues to capture the imagination even today. If you like more such videos, please subscribe to the Concealed Archive.